Imagine a world where social media never existed. No Facebook, no Instagram, no TikTok, no Twitter. It might seem impossible, but what would our lives look like without likes, shares, and hashtags? Today we'll explore what a world without social media might be like and how it could change our relationships, society, and even our mental health. Without social media, our communication would look very different. We wouldn't be posting selfies or updating our status to let hundreds of friends know what we're up to. Instead, we'd be calling or texting friends directly, meeting in person more often, and writing letters or emails. People might have stronger, deeper relationships because they'd invest time in face-to-face interactions instead of communicating through posts and likes. Without social media, people would focus more on direct, meaningful connections. Birthdays might be celebrated with cards or phone calls instead of hundreds of generic happy birthday messages on a timeline. Relationships would likely be less about the number of followers and more about the quality of the friendships we nurture. Social media can be a double-edged sword for mental health. On one hand, it's an amazing tool for connecting people, but on the other, it often leaves us comparing our lives to the highlight reels of others. Without social media, we might experience less social comparison, reducing anxiety and depression that stem from unrealistic expectations. Imagine a world where people aren't obsessed with getting likes on their vacation photos or achieving the perfect look for their Instagram feed. Without the constant pressure to perform or curate our lives, we might find more happiness in the simple, unfiltered moments. People might be more content, focused on their lives without worrying how their experiences appear to others. A world without social media would also change the way information spreads. News would travel more slowly and we wouldn't be able to share breaking news in real time. Instead of scrolling through feeds for updates, we'd rely more on traditional news outlets, radio, or word of mouth. The spread of misinformation might be less rampant, but it would also be harder for grassroots movements to gain traction. Think about the social movements that have gained momentum thanks to social media. #MeToo, Black Lives Matter, climate change awareness. Without social media, these movements might have had a harder time reaching the global stage. People would still care about these issues, but organizing large-scale demonstrations or raising awareness across borders would take much longer. Without social media, the way we express creativity and conduct business would be vastly different. Artists, musicians, and creators who rely on platforms to share their work and build a following would have to find other ways to reach an audience. We might see a resurgence in local art shows, physical galleries, or community events as people seek ways to share their talents offline. Businesses too would be impacted. Influencer marketing wouldn't exist, and companies would need to rely on traditional advertising methods like TV, radio, and print media. Word of mouth would become even more powerful, and local businesses might thrive through the community support and reputation rather than online presence. Of course, a world without social media would have both pros and cons. On the positive side, people might be more present in their daily lives, experiencing moments without the distraction of capturing the perfect photo or checking notifications. The pressure to maintain an online persona would disappear, allowing people to be themselves without fear of judgment from strangers online. However, we would also lose out on the amazing power of global connectivity that social media offers. Staying in touch with friends and family across the world would be harder, and small communities would have less visibility. Many marginalized voices that have found their platform through social media might not be heard as easily. So, what if social media didn't exist? Life would likely be slower, more personal, and perhaps more genuine. We'd spend more time in face-to-face conversations, be less affected by the need to compare ourselves to others, and focus more on our immediate surroundings. But we'd also lose the power of instant connection, the ability to share our lives with people far away, and the global movements that bring us together. It's hard to say whether a world without social media would be better or worse. It would simply be different. One thing's for sure. Social media has forever changed the way we communicate, connect, and experience the world. What do you think? Would we be better off without social media, or is it a necessary part of our lives now? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking what-if scenarios. Subscribe for more what-if adventures.